I welcome you all to this webinar about outsourcing services to Barcelona. And for some of you who might know me since before, and for some of you I'm quite new, I'm going to give you a short background. My name is Johan. I run a company called Johawk. We help companies to expand in Europe. And over the last 3-4 years, I've been on and off, back and forward to Barcelona. And one of the reasons for me going back and forward is Barcelona is one of the most vibrant and fast-moving and fast-growing markets in Europe. And it's an amazing market within tech and expansion. And it's huge amount of talented people in Barcelona. So when I talk to people in Scandinavia and in the Nordics, most of them don't know this about Barcelona. They see Barcelona as one of the vacation places and holiday places. So the reason behind we're doing this webinar is actually to enlighten you a little bit more about how this market works and opportunities in this market. So in this webinar today, I'm here with Albert, who's representing Catalan Trade Invest. For you in Sweden, it's a similar organization to Business Sweden, to present a little bit more about the market and what's happened over the last couple of years. And then we have Oriol from Itequia, who is a service provider in Barcelona. We're going to explain a bit more about their services and advantage by working with them in Barcelona. So this is the background. So to start off this, I'm going to hand it over to you, Albert, to start presenting about the Catalan Trade Invest and Barcelona market. And if anyone have any questions, feel free to just pop them in the Q&A, and also to reach out afterwards. After we have all the presentation, you can ask questions as well. So, but to start off with, I will hand it over to you, Albert, to present a little bit more about Barcelona and that market.
So, thank you, Johan. And thank you, everybody, and good morning. My name is Albert Massana, and I work for Catalonia Trade Investment. We're the equivalent of Business Sweden in Catalonia. We're part of the Catalan government. And I work at the Copenhagen office. So we have 40 offices all over the world, and I work for the Nordics office based here in Copenhagen. And I would like to briefly introduce you to Barcelona and Catalonia as Southern Europe's hub for business and life. I guess most of you know Barcelona and Catalonia as a place for holidays, as Johan said, but we see it as a gate to doing business in Southern Europe, and that's mainly what I'm going to introduce. Barcelona has been consistently ranking as one of the best European cities, not only to do business, but also to work as the third best European city and 8th in the world, according to the world's best cities ranking, top 10 cities to work abroad, the 8th most attractive city globally, and the 5th most livable city in the world. And Barcelona is the capital of the region of Catalonia, which is a self-governing region within Spain. And this region, Catalonia, ranked as the best region for FDI in Southern Europe, according to FT in 2020. So basically, briefly to introduce you to Catalonia, I know that some of you might not know what it is, some others do. Barcelona is a region in Spain. Its capital city is Barcelona, and its GDP is higher than that of Portugal and similar to Finland. It has roughly 8 million people nowadays, and there are roughly 10,000 foreign companies operating in Barcelona. Most of them are located in Barcelona and in Catalonia, therefore. Due to its location just in the border with France, it's known as a commerce region. And actually, plenty of companies, foreign companies, have established their headquarters for Spain and Portugal in Catalonia, for example, Nestlé. Therefore, it's the first startup hub in Southern Europe, much ahead of Madrid or Milan, for example. And Barcelona ranked at the 7th in the tech of cities of the future ranking. Catalonia accounts for a quarter of Spain's total exports. And there are roughly, as I said, 10,000 companies already, foreign companies established in Catalonia and doing business there. Barcelona, its capital, is a city known for business, and for being a tech and innovative city with a strong emphasis on that sector. Actually, the picture you see is a neighborhood that was specifically designed to harbor plenty of companies in this sector. So it was actually ranked as the best tech city in the world that is not a capital, and it ranked second after London for its effective tech ecosystem approach. If we just consider Catalonia in the digital economy and society index, it's the fourth region country in Europe in that index, much ahead of the UK, Estonia, Belgium, Luxembourg, and just behind the Netherlands. And apart from that, Catalonia ranked as well as the seventh as to human capital prepared for digitalization. Some key data of the companies in the digital sector in Catalonia, there are roughly 22,000 companies. Quite a lot of them are relatively new, and they account for an eighth of Catalonia's total GDP. The vast majority of them are located in the Barcelona area. They employ roughly 200,000 people. Quite young, as I mentioned. Most of them, some of them export, and quite a lot of them are startups. This actually is increasing quite fast. And I guess that startups that are based in Barcelona, such as Glovo, for example, that have been founded and still based in Barcelona, are now globally. Few information as well about the industrial, tech-based and digital economy in Barcelona. It's the fifth best ecosystem in the EU for establishing a startup. And if you ask just co-founders, it's the second most preferred EU hub for setting a startup. It's a leading tech hub. It's home to the Mobile World Congress, which will take place next week. I assume that quite a lot of you will be attending it. And it's on the global radar for tech investment. As we mentioned, Catalonia had the best FDI attraction strategy in 2020 and again in 2022. And FDI projects of tech represent quite a big share, 40% of the total investments in Catalonia. And actually in 2022, that was the highest figure ever recorded. And quite a lot of companies have settled in Barcelona. For example, Microsoft, I'll talk about it later, due to the availability of digital talent. As Johan mentioned, quite a lot of good universities, well known, and it's a very young population in regards to the rest of Southern Europe. So it has a huge digital talent pool. Just a few success cases from last year. 4 of them, there are plenty of them. You can check them out on our website. But for example, Lufthansa created 300 tech jobs in Barcelona when it opened its first digital branch in Southern Europe. Monta, a Danish company, established as well a hub in Barcelona last year. AstraZeneca last year implemented its largest ever foreign R&D investment in Catalonia by creating 1,000 new jobs in Barcelona and investing 800 million euros. And HP, which has the big format printers division, established in Catalonia its headquarters, and it already employs 2,500 employees. Employees in Catalonia, created new jobs in the Innovation and Design Center. So why do all these companies outsource to Barcelona? Why do they choose Barcelona against its competitor cities? And why you could maybe outsource to Barcelona as well? Well, first of all, because of the availability of digital talent. As you can see, it is divided among different sectors. There's business services and information technologies, which account for 35% of the total distributions of companies where ICT profiles work. But you can also find consumer services, construction, maintenance, healthcare, media. And then, as a brief comparison to some countries in Eastern Europe, I know that they tend to be an attractive outsourcing countries as well. Catalonia offers better tax incentives and lower compliance times in regards to them, and more cost-efficient labor market as well. As a comparison to Poland, Czechia, and Hungary, the tax credit on the expenses is 60% in Catalonia, whereas in the rest of countries it's around 20%. Time to comply is much lower as well. Workforce skills and participation in education and training is much higher as well in Catalonia, 11% compared to 4-5% in Czechia and Hungary and Poland. Workforce skills in regards to proportion of low-wage earners is high in Catalonia as well. And productivity per hour as the amount contributed to GDP is much higher as well. Just a few tips, a few messages of companies, CEOs or directors of companies that have settled in Barcelona. For example, Microsoft, they established their offices there because of it being a great hub for innovation and talent attraction due to the pool of digital talent. Porsche Digital chose it as the location to develop and build digital products due to its talent as well, and then its roaring startup economy, as cited by Scott Francis. And then, for example, the CEO Travelperk mentions the great mix of professional opportunities and high quality of life. As you mentioned, Barcelona is not always is known for high life quality standards, but also for the good business opportunities that it offers. And then briefly, I'll introduce Catalonia Trade and Investment, which is the company that I work at. We're part of the Catalan government, as mentioned. We have 40 offices all around the world. I work for the Copenhagen office, which is the office in charge of the Nordic countries. And we offer services both to international companies that consider settling in Barcelona and investing in Barcelona, and as well as to companies that are already established in Catalonia want to conduct expansion. Our main three axes are investment, trade, and innovation. And lastly, a few foreign investment services that we offer. We begin by helping companies set up, to choosing the location, to helping them with financing and incentives, connecting to local partners, accessing to talent, and then as well post-investment services. And that will be all from me. If you'd like to check more reasons to invest in Catalonia, more success cases, please go to catalonia.com, why invest in Catalonia. And if you have any other questions, please feel free to send us an email or to write them in the chat or to us afterwards. I'll be glad to respond. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Albert. Do anyone have any questions? Again, feel free to just ask the question or pop them in the Q&A. Otherwise, we jump over to next presenter, which is Oriol, to present the Itequia and your services.
Okay, thank you very much, Johan. Thank you, Albert, and thank you all the attendees for coming today. Sorry, because it has opened to the screen. Okay, right now, can you see the screen? Yeah.
Yes.
As I said, thank you very much. Albert has explained quite a lot about Catalonia or Barcelona, so you have had a first introduction. Itequia can be a soft landing way of starting working in Catalonia or in Barcelona, going hand by hand with a partner, with a local partner that knows well how to work in this region in Spain. I'm going to introduce Itequia. It's going to be a briefly introduction of the company, just to give you a rough idea about what we do and how can we help you. Our main purpose is creating and operating digital solutions. When I say creating and operating digital solutions, I mean, sorry, because maybe it's just showing something you don't need to see. When I say creating and operating digital solutions, I mean all kinds of software, such as, in one hand, I would say web applications, mobile applications, desktop applications, APIs, integrations, AI-enabled software, etc. And in the other hand, all kinds of software that runs over Microsoft platform, say Microsoft 365, Microsoft Azure, Microsoft Dynamics, etc. We really have a deep knowledge about how to build and operate digital products. It's not only a matter of a bold promise I just make to you. It's over 16 years working with well-known multinationals, building successful products for these companies. Something that it can be a differentiator from other partners is that we like to to say that we provide teams, not resources. Maybe 10 years ago, you could develop a web project by providing a couple of resources, and they could be able to do all the tasks of the project. But nowadays, specialization in technology is very important. And if you want to build a web application, you need front-end engineers, you need back-end engineers, you need QA developers, you need architects to help developers design and check that everything is properly created. You need DevOps engineers, you need product owners, UX designers, etc. So what's the answer to this? Either you hire a lot of full-time profiles, which sometimes it's difficult because you maybe won't have work enough for all these people, or you can hire the amount of resources you need. For example, maybe you need one full-time front-end engineer and one full-time back-end engineer, and then you need only a part-time QA and a half-time product owner and a DevOps engineer that he or she will only participate in the certain parts of the project that he or she is needed. And that's why we say we provide teams with the exact amount of resources you need for your projects. We can provide you all the profiles you need for all the life cycle of the development of the product. It's something that I would say it's difficult nowadays to build a good technical skilled team capable of building software, and it's something we are experts on. So when considering if you want to hire people in your team or you want to hire a partner, take into account all the effort you need to hire people, to start HR processes, to maintain these people motivated, and to keep the retention of these people that have a lot of options in the market if they don't like what you offer to them. And finally, something important also, hiring a partner like us, it's an easy way to increase your team and also decrease it, because sometimes if you're going to hire people for your team, it will be great. People will be happy because it means that you are growing. But what if after 6 months or 1 year, you have to decrease your team? That's not that easy. And having a partner like us, it really helps you doing this movement without any loss of image, internal or externally. We can help in the whole process of building a software product, from product design, continuing to building the product, ensuring quality, helping in the assessing you how to host a project in the cloud, or if you have your own infrastructure, how to do it, helping once it's in production to maintain it, evolve it, operate it, etc. These are some of our customers. We don't have a specific industry in which we are experts. Our expertise is in technology. Where we help in these customers is providing them knowledge, is providing them methodologies, is providing them technologies that helps them to build digital products, automations, any kind of software, any kind of customization over Microsoft platform, etc. That's the way we help these customers. Some figures about us: we've been 16 years in the market. We have had always a very tight integration with Microsoft. We've been Microsoft Gold Partner since 2010, and that now has been rebranded to Microsoft Solution Partner. We've worked with over 100 organizations over these years. We are a team of over 50 people. Our turnover last year, we closed it on with 3.5 million euros. And we've been growing about 20% year by year over the last 5 years consistently. Plimsoll, which is a multinational agency that produces reports for many industries, also for the software industry. It stated that we are one of the strongest and most valuable companies of these industries in Spain, positioning us in the top 25% of over 900 companies. And also the Spanish government awarded us with the Innovative Small and Medium Business Reward. Not to say we're in Barcelona, our main office is actually in the city center, which is something that it's very convenient if you, for example, have a team that may like to start working with us, and maybe your team want to come to stay one week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks to make a knowledge transfer to ensure that the team is working the way you want to work. And if your team wants to come to Barcelona, they will be very welcome to come to our office, which is very convenient because, as I said, it's in the city center, and which is open for you to come. And also, I would like to add that we have an accommodation partner that could help in sometimes, because as you can imagine, sometimes Barcelona can be a very busy city. For example, now we have the Mobile World Congress. 1 month ago, we had the ESI fair, and next month there will be another fair, or if you go to the summer, there's a lot of tourism. So we have an accommodation partner that sometimes can help you too. I'd like to introduce 3 services, which are the most important we offer to our customers. First one, it's what we call software managed solutions. In software managed solutions, you delegate us the creation or maintenance of a software. And for that purpose, we can set up a dedicated team, or we can work in what we call a demand pool. If, for example, we have to create a new software, we will probably set up a dedicated team with the front-end developers, back-end developers, architects, product owners, whatever. But this would be a medium to big scenario. But we can help you too in a small to medium scenarios. For example, imagine you already have in production an application that is working properly, and that application maybe it has some requests over the year, and maybe you need only 50, 100, 200 hours to cover that requests. And we can help you too in that scenarios in which you won't have a dedicated team, but instead we will work with what we call on-demand tools, and we can help you too in these cases. 2 examples here. For example, we work a lot with Celsa. Celsa is a multinational that produces iron products. They have plants in many countries of Europe, and we have built for them many software, most of them custom software. For example, we built for them the customer portal, we built for them the supplier portal, we built an application for all the sales force to produce quotes for the products. We maintain all the websites of the group. We built software for managing security processes in their plants, to manage daily tasks of the frontline workers in their plants, etc., etc. To do so, we have a dedicated team that has fluctuated from, I would say, in the minimum 4 or 5 people, and in the peaks moments, maybe 15 to 20 people, depending on if we had to build a lot of software or if we were in a more maintenance mode over the years. Another example I'd like to mention is the Basketball EuroLeague Live Stats. This software, it's the software that takes the results of the Basketball EuroLeague from the court and pushes the data to the website, to the mobile application, and to all the media in the world. This application, it really was a very demanding application, a difficult application to build, taking into account that, for example, if we count only users that are online in the Final Four, we have to provide results for 100,000 concurrent users that they want obviously get the data at the time that it's produced. For example, if they are watching the match and their favorite team baskets, they want to know the basket at that exact moment, not 30 seconds after, because there's a lot of load. So it was a very difficult application to build. We did it. And I think it's a good example of we can set up a big team to do something that may be difficult, but then over the years, we've just provided them maintenance. The application at this moment is kind of frozen. Sometimes from time to time they make some changes in the backend, and we have to make some changes. Sometimes from time to time we have to monitor that these changes don't impact in the application, and we have to monitor the application during the live matches. That happens. But after the big construction at the beginning, what we do mainly is maintaining this application, which is only some hours over the year. And it's a good example of what I said before, that we can help you in building a new software, or we can help you in maintaining existing ones. First service I mentioned you was software management software, managed software services. Another service of interest may be outsourcing solutions. In outsourcing solutions, they apply when our customers want to keep the control of the process, or at least keep the control of some important parts of the process. For example, we work with Hermann. Hermann is a German manufacturer of healthcare products, specifically for hygiene. They have also some softwares for hygiene processes management targeted to hospitals. And after a long tender, we won the maintenance and evolution of one of their solutions for hygiene management in hospitals. And last year we won a second one. And we have a couple of teams dedicated to them, with a product owner, with front-end developers, back-end developers, DevOps engineers, QA, etc. But they also have a product owner for each of those products, and we co-lead the development of these products. They lead it more in a functional way, and we lead it more in the technical area. And for example, they also have a very powerful QA department, and most of the QA tasks and automations are done by their department. Another good example is Mitsubishi. Mitsubishi has deployed Dynamics 365 in all Europe. We were selected as the partner for rolling out the Dynamics 365 in Spain. And it's a hierarchical project in which it's led from Germany. Then there's a project manager for Spain, which is a Mitsubishi employee. And what we have done here is providing the functional and technical consultants to do the job. And it's a major project at this moment, already in production. And now we are helping them to customize the processes to the Spanish, I would say, particularities of the process. And our team is automating some of these processes with the Power Platform, basically. And finally, we'd like to explain our last solution, which is competence center solutions. It's similar to software managed solutions, but in software managed solutions, customers delegate us the construction or maintenance of a single software. And in competence center solutions, customers delegate us a full set of technologies. For example, they can delegate us all .NET projects, all Power Platform developments, all the maintenance of the websites of the group, etc. For example, in here, I would like to mention we work with Zurich. We work specifically with the headquarters in Switzerland with the marketing department. Inside the marketing department, they have a small team that has to provide all the guidelines for the group about how to use the Zurich brand. It's not something only digital, it's also about also the physical world. If you go to a Zurich office, they have to set, they will tell you how do you have to decorate everything with the Zurich brand. And they faced a lot of digital requests, and they look for a partner to help them in this digital area, and they hired us. And what we have helped them is in helping them apply the Zurich brand in all the digital world. And for example, we built a website, a site in SharePoint, which they call it the brand center, in which employees can find all the brand assets and all the brand policies in there. And also, for example, we've helped them to build an Outlook plugin that displays a sidebar. And from that sidebar, you can set up your email signature following the Zurich guidelines. and you can attach Zurich assets that are official, and you can use them because they are compliant with the Zurich brand usage, and they have set up. And finally, we'd like to mention a last example, which is about Hexagon and Leica. Hexagon, in fact, Hexagon, by the way, it's a Swedish company that produces devices for many industries. For example, here in the footage, you can see a device for the construction industry. And they have a building in Barcelona full of people that are working with the administration, with administrative tasks. They are all the day, I would say, working with SAP transactions and some internal software. And they realized they could automate a lot of these processes, so they looked for a partner to help them automating. And they hired us for this purpose. And we are helping them to automate a lot of processes with SAP and some other tools with RPI techniques and artificial intelligence techniques. And it's a very nice project because we have automated many processes. We help them also evaluate if it's worth automating these processes, if the effort to automate compensates the value it produces the automation. And also, from time to time, we have found one of these diamond processes in which maybe spending 2 or 3 weeks of our team, they can save 2 or 3 months of one person per year. So a very, very nice project in this case. And that's a short summary about what we do. And it's a short summary about Itequia. If you have any question, I will be glad to answer. Or if you want to extend this conversation, we can, of course, meet whenever you want by Teams, or next week, if you come in the Mobile World Congress, we will be glad to stay with you and to meet with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Oriol. Do we have any questions from anyone who's listening in? Otherwise, as Oriol mentioned, and I mentioned before, if you want to meet up and you're going to be in Barcelona next week for the World Mobile Congress, let us know and we will meet up for coffee and explain a bit more. We will also share this video, this webinar afterwards, so you can see it again. And so if we don't have any questions, I thank you all for participating. Thank you, Albert and Oriol, for presenting. And I wish you all a pleasant day. And so take care, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.